Hey VC, how's it going? Right, we're back in the pub. Once again, I'm here with my mate Headley, another fat beady man talking about records.
Hello, John. Yeah, it's just the lonesome two.
It is, yeah, that's right. I'm John, 6 inch penis 319, and we've got a bit of a different night tonight, haven't we?
It's a bit easy, isn't it?
It's a bit
Easy
early, yeah.
cheesy.
I feel like I should be smoking a pipe.
Well, I know. I mean, unfortunately, my cross velvet smoking jackets at the cleaners. So this is me trying to be easy listening. It doesn't really look. It's a bit busy, isn't it? For
Yeah,
easy listening.
it's nice, you know. It suits you.
Thank you. Oh no, I don't like
Suits you.
that.
It matches your eyes, Headley.
Oh really? Lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's the easy listening pub tonight, isn't it?
Easy listening.
The
Yes,
easy listening pub tonight. So the only music being played tonight is easy listening. What
that's
that
right.
means is I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we haven't really spoken
can't it?
about this, have we? We might come from completely different directions on this.
Yeah, well, what it was when we were last in the pub, we were with Harris, Pilton, and Madam Sin.
Oh,
I know. I tell you what, Harris can't hold his drink, can he?
I know. He's a nightmare.
I know. He had to be scraped off the floor at the end of the night. He did. No, but yeah. So we played a few easy listening tunes last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
we did. Yeah,
We had the Carpenters at the end of the night, and
that's right. We whet the appetite for
yeah.
people watching.
So anyway, so we both picked. Well, we say three records each, is it?
Yeah. I might throw some more at you. We never know.
Well, whatever you got. Yeah. Right. So what are you drinking?
Right. Okay. Now, I asked the landlord. I said, this is an easy listening evening. So, I was suggesting maybe we needed some sort of sophistication. Maybe a cocktail. I
Oh,
thought. You
nice.
know, Mazzy, he's our cocktail guy, isn't he?
He
We
is.
know
Yeah.
this.
He is.
Anyway, so I asked the barman to put together a cocktail. Now he's calling it the slow, comfortable Mazzy against the wall. So it's a bit of a mad one. This one. So
I'm not sure I like the sound of this.
with a,
Carry on.
you start with a bit of Guinness. Now, ideally, you want a Guinness that's been trailed round about 4 pubs in London.
Yeah.
This one hasn't. Yes, Mazzy, we're still doing that joke. So yeah, Guinness, you need
Yeah.
a bit of that. Then obviously you need some gin, so that some gin's going in.
Right.
Now we've also got some Angostura bitters.
Right. Very nice. Okay. Yeah.
Add that little bit of Caribbean kick to it.
Nice.
Obviously, as much tonic water as you can possibly put in.
Just a
Um,
dash. Yeah. Carry
just
on.
a dash. Now,
Yeah.
ideally, you want to have a martini. Unfortunately, the landlord hasn't got any martini in at the moment, so we're using martini replacement, which is ouzo.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
so,
You
so,
won't spot the difference. Won't spot the difference.
so here we go. And to add to it, to make it just a little bit more sophisticated, it comes with a bourbon chaser on the side.
Yeah. There you go.
So yeah, so that's the slow, comfortable Mazzy against the wall.
Do
Let's
you
have a
like
go.
to? Do you like to dip your bourbon in the?
Well, I do like to. That
Yeah.
that is ideally how
Go
you
on
do
then.
it.
Go on
So,
then.
here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. I mean, of course, the bourbon is the king of biscuits. We know that.
But it's sturdy, isn't it? It's sturdy. So if you dunk it, it doesn't break, does it?
That's brilliant.
Oh, that's good.
I need a bit more. Oh no, I don't know what to wash this down with.
I might have one of those in a minute. Yeah, it looks good. That's a good.
Oh,
Oh, right. And
all
I'm
right,
on
let's go with
the.
it.
Well, I'm on the wingman. See that?
Oh, how conventional.
Yeah. There you go. Just beer.
Lovely.
Right.
Looks good.
Right. Do you want to kick off?
Okay,
First,
okay.
you get 3 choices for your quid. So what you got to start off with?
Right. So first up, I'm going to start with probably one of the biggest names in easy listening in the UK is Geoff Love
Yeah.
and his orchestra. Now, do you know what? I have never looked into Geoff Love, and he is fascinating. There are things about him I didn't know, and I will let you know later.
I feel like I'm going to learn something, Karen.
But well, I know there is a danger of that, isn't there? Hang on, Bourbon. So I'm starting with this. Now, this is the first record I think I ever had and this is Geoff Love and his orchestra doing themes from superheroes. So this is from '79. So I went and saw the Superman film in 1978 when it came out of the cinema. And I think that was probably one of the first films I saw at the cinema. And obviously, I must have been mad for superheroes. So my parents obviously bought me this. It's even got my name on it. Look at that.
Oh, look
it's
at
made
that.
for me, this one.
I bet you've got a Superman suit with Headley written across the chest.
I'll wear that next week. So obviously, this has got all the great kind of things on it. Obviously, it starts with Superman, and you got the weird, morose, Incredible Hulk. But what this does have on it, which is brilliant, the version of Wonder Woman theme.
Oh, right.
Is absolutely brilliant, funky as hell. The thing that's amazing about Geoff Love is, he started out in the 50s, 40s, and he was born in something like 1917. I didn't know he was born in Todmorden in West Yorkshire. That Todmorden's this kind of it's become really hip when all the hippies had to leave Hebden Bridge because it got too expensive for them. So they've all moved to Todmorden. So he was born there. His father was an African-American guy who I'm not sure what he was doing over in Britain in the early days of the 20th century. But yeah, so and then he did all kinds of stuff. I didn't know. You get these easy listening compilations and things.
Yeah.
And they have Manuel and the Music of the Mountains.
Yeah.
That's Geoff Love.
Is it?
I didn't know that. In the 1950s, he went by Manuel and the Music of the Mountains. That was his name. Anyway, so because apparently he was wanting to keep his name secret. I don't know why. Maybe he was just happy doing his kind of arranging and things like that. Anyway, but yeah, the Wonder Woman theme is cheesy, funky. It's got an incredible Hammond Hammond organ solo in it, which is great. But on the Music for Pleasure, I think a lot of his stuff. I think he had a deal with Music for Pleasure, and but into the 70s and during the 70s, he was doing a lot of film score. I think there are war films and TV themes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've got the one with it's got the Jaws shark on the cover.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, it's one that you regularly seen in charity shops for £1. I've never seen that though. And
I know.
It's got.
I can't believe I've still got it. Yeah.
I'm looking at the tracks here. You got the Saint, Batman.
Oh yeah. Blake. Well, I love the way it's called the American ones, but you've also got the British ones. You got Blake Seven and Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah.
Dick Barton and the Saint. Yeah, good stuff. But cheesy as hell, but really funky as well. That's that interesting thing, that point at which it's cheesy but it's funky. And I know people like what's the German fella, James Last. He ended up doing something like that, didn't he? I know you've got one of his funky ones.
You pissing on my chips here. I've got the one. I've got the James Last lined up in a bit. Right.
But there we go. I'm
right.
queuing you up for it then.
There you go. Yes. Right. Very good. Good choice. Good start. I like that.
No.
Yeah. Well, what we need though is rather than a picture of the sleeve, we could do with a clip of Wonder Woman, couldn't we? That's that'd make it.
I'll do the spin.
Okay, so Headley, my choice.
Right. Okay.
So if I'm going to ask you, right, and this is a genuine question, what was the greatest songwriting partnership of the 20th century?
Of the 20th century?
Yep.
Oscar and Hammerstein?
No.
Lennon and
No,
McCartney.
no, not having that.
Okay. Go on then. Who was it?
Bacharach and David.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely right. So I was trying to think of the first time I heard the names Bacharach and David, and it was I was a teenage, about 13, 14, and Deacon Blue had a hit. Do you remember Deacon Blue with their version of, was it "I'll Never Fall in Love Again"?
Yeah.
And they put out the Bacharach and David EP.
Yeah. Oh, did they? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And I didn't know what that was. When I saw it, I loved the tune. I didn't know what it was, and obviously then you realise that all of the songs were written.
Yeah.
And all this, and then you realise that you know all the songs because you've just basically grown up with all this music. You know, all these big tunes, "Walk On By," "I Say a Little Prayer,"
Yeah.
"Make It Easy on Yourself." These massive tunes, "The Look of Love." So you hear them on the radio, you hear them on TV, whatever. They're everywhere, and yeah, all incredible songs. Now, this album is obviously Burt on his own, and it's him performing many of those wonderful tunes that he wrote with Hal David, but it's a really nice album. Obviously, new arrangements. He does some of the vocals. His vocals aren't necessarily great, but it's just a great record. And this is a charity shop staple, but a fantastic record.
Do you think so? I don't think I've ever seen that.
No,
I think what I see is, James Last's tribute to Bacharach and David, or Geoff Love Orchestra plays. That's what normally you get. It's rarely you see the man himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, this is him in his prime, early 70s. He's married to Angie Dickinson, policewoman herself. And he's as cool as you like. I actually shook his hand once. Burt Bacharach.
Did you?
I did, yeah. So I went to see him play in Birmingham at the Symphony Hall. And I had a front row seat. I went on my own. I had a front row seat. And at the end of the gig, he walked along shaking everyone's hand. So I shook his hand. I got to say, he didn't have a great handshake.
Oh, no, don't start with that. I don't like this nonsense about handshakes.
No.
I hate a firm handshake.
Oh, Headley.
I really hate I used to do a lot of work where I would do sort of role play scenarios with people for getting into jobs. And the number of people that would come in and they'd meet you with this grip that would be like, and it's the power grip to go, there you go, that's what I mean, business. And all I just think is, you idiot.
Well, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have given Bert the job, that's for sure. Anyway,
right. You can't damage his hands, he's a pianist.
I know, yeah, that's right. Yeah. But he actually, about a week later, I shook Tony Bennett's hand. It's true. Right, about a week later, I took my mum and dad. It was their 50th wedding anniversary. I got front row seats to see Tony Bennett at the Symphony Hall, and he did a great performance. It always great. I used to take my dad every time he played Birmingham. I took my mum and dad, and at the end of the gig, he sort of walked. He's waving to everybody in the crowd, and of course, lots of people come up with flowers and all this sort of stuff, and he was having none of it. Right, he's having none of it. He's not acknowledging him at all. People trying to shake his hand, touch him, and stuff. Anyway, so he just waved. Very cool. Started to walk off, and he got halfway off the stage, looked round, and he's like, "Oh!" And he walked over to the front of the stage, reached out, shook my hand, a big hearty handshake, and then waved again and walked off. That was it. He didn't shake anybody else's hand. Just
that's because he'd heard that you were the arbiter of good handshakes.
Clearly.
And clearly the word had got out that you thought Bacharach was a bit limp-wristed.
He was, yeah.
So so he was trying to readdress that and here we go. So how would you rate Tony Bennett? Oh,
quality. Absolutely quality. Yeah. Definitely. Bacharach, Burt was a bit slippery, whereas Tony, you knew you were shaking his hand, put it that way. So there you go.
I look forward to the next story you have of famous handshakes.
Oh yeah, next week. Telly Savalas next week. Right.
We nearly had some Telly Savalas actually. I had the Telly Savalas out.
Anyway, the track I'm going to play off this isn't a Bacharach and David composition. It's Burt on his own, and it's South American Getaway from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which is absolutely fantastic. It's one of those tunes which has got singing but without any words.
Oh yes, la la la, ba 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 ba. Yeah. I know.
And it's just brilliant, and I love that film as well. So.
Right. Okay. That's a brilliant one. Yeah. I mean, I think he if we're talking easy listening though, he's the high watermark, isn't
He
he?
is.
Though?
He's the Don. He's the Don of easy listening, isn't he? Yeah.
That's you can't go wrong with that. Now, I mentioned Geoff Love and being Manuel and the Music of the Mountains. What I didn't know, and this made me pull this out, was he was also Mandingo.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he's Mandingo.
Oh, I bloody love those records.
I know. Well, this is a compilation of, I think there were 4 in all.
Yeah.
So between about 1973 and 77. So this is a compilation of I think all of those. Yeah, so his name is nowhere on it. I mean, it's another Music for Pleasure. I'm not sure I think the originals were EMI.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that it doesn't tell you who's playing on it. It's just got the list of instruments. Okay. That's all down there. I mean, obviously, there's something slightly dodgy about the whole kind of concept of it, but there's some great, funky, silly tunes that are brilliant. I just thought, when I found out that was Geoff Love, I just went, what an amazing guy. This is the guy that's doing records with Mrs. Mills.
Yeah.
Doing these as well. That's scope. That is scope. That's quality, isn't it?
It is. I mean, when we talk about doing an easy listening thing, I was trying to think of, back in the 90s, you had the whole loungecore thing.
Yeah.
And at that point, I started buying compilations of tracks, which, my parents had, like the old crooners and stuff, but they've been repackaged in some funky, funky edition, whatever sort of thing. And all of a sudden, this music was cool again, and I sort of got into it. But around the same sort of time, as well as the crooners and the easy listening stuff, you had a lot of library reissues come out, compilations. And one of them was the Sound Gallery, which was put together by Martin Green, a fantastic compilation of library music. And it had a couple of Mandingo tracks on that.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
The first time I heard those Mandingo tunes.
But then, of course, those compilations are made up of all these kind of very normal sort of middle of the road artists who are suddenly doing, because they've been asked to do something that's a bit more off the wall. I just thought, after finding that out about Geoff Love, I thought, well, I've got to put that in there. I think maybe Black Right is probably the best one they opens with. That's a good tune there.
That's a banger, that is. So there's a comedy club in Birmingham. It's a glee club in Birmingham. And they always used to play that music at the start of the show. For anybody who's coming on, they always just play Black Right.
It's a good tune. Okay. So what have you got then for your next one?
Well, you've already mentioned this man, right? So we're talking about James Last. And this is Voodoo Party. I think if you're in Europe or in the States, that's the cover you get. In the UK, we've got a slightly voodoo-ish type thing going on. But James Last, I mean, they reckon that he sold 200 million records.
Wow.
I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? And I can well believe it, because I think most of them are in my local charity shop. You know what I mean? They are everywhere, aren't they? It's like
in their storeroom, they've just got copies of Shades of Grey and James Last records.
Right, Non-Stop Dancing, whatever, those number 36, whatever. So apparently he had 52 albums chart in the UK.
Wow.
I mean, not just releasing records, they've actually been sold, and they're charted. So between the late 60s and the mid 80s, he was only behind Elvis with the most number of albums to chart in the UK. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it?
That is, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. So obviously he was German. His real name was Hans Last, And this album came out in 72, 73. And it's that, I say, it's slightly funky. Oh, well, you can see some of the tracks, some of the covers on here, stuff like Sing a Simple Song and Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone.
Wow.
Yeah, the tune I'm going to play, Inner City Blues by Marvin Gaye.
That's a tune.
As done by James Last. Who would have thought it? Actually, there's 2 or 3 James Last albums worth picking up. I only thought it was that one, but a few years ago, Charlie, Me Digger You Viewer, he sent me a James Last album, which you see for £1 everywhere, and I think every time he sees it, he buys it, and he sent me a copy with some stuff. So there are a few bits here and there. We've got some funky tunes on, But yeah,
Well, Charlie's one of those people that will keep hold of records for one
for
tune.
one track. Yeah, for one track, of course, should I say?
And I love that. I'm the same. Country music can be a bit like that as well.
Yeah. So there you go. So I'm going to play a little bit of Inner City Blues by Marvin Gaye.
Cool.
Right, what you got?
Okay. I mean, I thought maybe it's time to do a bit of some vocals. Now, I know you. I'm hoping we're not going to have problems because I know you had problems previously when you tried to use this artist, and that's who do you think I'm talking about?
Shirley Bassey.
It is Burley Chassis, yes. Now, so I have two records by her. I have one which has, and what do you think it's got on it?
The one that you're talking about, the one that you have is Light My Fire, the Something album. Yeah.
And Spinning Wheel.
Spinning Wheel, of course. Yeah. And that's the one I had problems with. I did a needle drop on Light My Fire, and it was it's the first video I ever had blocked because of that song.
Yeah. No one messes with Shirley.
Can I guess what you're going to play? Can I guess? Is it Jezebel? Jezebel, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, that is.
So this is one of those records that I have, like Charlie, for one track.
But it's quite a track.
The rest of it is all hits from Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar. She does Without You. She out Mariah's Mariah on that one.
Right.
But Jezebel, which doesn't mean anything, is apparently, I didn't know. Again, this is me finding out things doing this. So thank you for me researching easy listening stuff that I knew nothing about. It is a track by an Italian prog band called Emotion, or I did remember what it was. Anyway, yeah. So it's a prog track by an Italian prog band, and I've gone and listened to their version. Oh my god, it's rubbish. It's got no balls to it. This kicks, and of course, most people will know this because it was sampled, wasn't it, John?
I don't know. Who was it sampled by?
It was sampled by Public Enemy.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what brought it to sort of prominence these days.
Really?
They've and it's now been, and that version is used on a TV program called The Last Leg in the UK.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, absolutely kicking version. Like I said, I mean, I reckon that the band, the Italian prog rock band, must have listened to it and gone, "Oh, why didn't we do that?"
Yeah.
not enough brass section on their version.
It's still played on the radio, isn't it? I mean, I heard it on Six Music quite recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's a great tune.
There you go. Well, they're being played. So yeah, so a bit of Shirley Bassey, Jezebel.
It sort of falls into that category that Harris was talking about when we spoke last time, when he played the Tom Jones tune, which was just a soul classic.
Yeah.
And it's just these random, quirky little tunes in these artists' catalogue, which you wouldn't expect. You know, and that's definitely
it's an odd thing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, you know, the idea that Shirley Bassey somebody suggested, there's this Italian prog band.
Yeah. I mean, how does it come to that? Yeah, how does it come to that?
I mean, I don't know. How can you top that one?
Right, I can't top it because that is a classic. I can't top it. Right, but so I was talking about all those comps that came out in the late 90s, all that loungecore stuff and the library stuff that was coming out. And of course you think, oh yeah, great. So I can go to charity shops and car boot sales and I can find all these great records which will have these hidden gems on. which of course you can't. You can't, because what you end up with is just a shitload of really, really bad records. That's what you get, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So that's what I did for a few years, was going around charity shops and car boots. I was thinking, oh yeah, there's something on Studio 2 or Phase 4. I'll buy another one of those. And most of them just aren't my cup of tea. Right.
No.
This next one is a budget release. It came out in 1970, and it's by an artist. It's called South of the Border with Brasilia 70 and the Lopez All Stars. Right, look at that sleeve.
That's brilliant.
So this is like Tijuana Brass Light. You know, it's a really, really poor version of Tijuana Brass. You know, so yeah, and I don't know what it is. So this is around the same sort of time you had the World Cup in Mexico, didn't you? And
That's right.
Brazil won. And you think perhaps, you know, people are thinking, well, you can have a little bit of Brazil in your own living room, you know, sort of thing with this. And the whole album is absolutely appalling. But for one track, there's one track on it which is a banger, and it's a track called Trouble Spot. And I think what must have happened was whoever's producing this session, and it must just be session musicians there for 3 hours, in which time they record 12 tracks. I think that the producer for a couple of minutes went out for a wee or a cigarette or something, because the band just basically said, yeah, fuck it, you know, turn everything up. And the guitarist just solos all the way through this track with a big Fuzztones guitar sound. The drummer gets stuck in. The guy on the xylophone, he has his little moment in the sun, you know, and it's fantastic. So if you see this album for £1, buy it just for one track, Trouble Spot. And it's a budget release on the Deacon Records label. I don't even know that one.
Now you see, I'm sure that I think I've seen that record with a different cover with a sexy lady on the front.
Well, that's the other thing about the easy listening from the 70s, is that tend to happen a lot, didn't it? You've got all these really ugly guys making all this easy listening music, and then they just stick a sexy lady on the cover.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
to mislead you. That's what they do, to reel you in.
That's right, exactly. That's what it was all about. Yeah, made you feel like you were Hugh Hefner.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so that's my South of the Border with Brasilia 70 and the Chico Lopez All Stars. One of the only times I've ever gone around car boot sales or charity shops, randomly bought shit records and found a good song on it.
Congratulations! You need an award for that, a medal.
I should do, yeah. And I like to think that anybody that sees this record will now buy it. That's it, yeah. Good. You got anything else there?
To it, I don't think so. Well, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I did have something kicking around, and that's David Soul.
Oh, blimey.
And that's what is it? Playing to an audience of one. And that's Silver Lady, which is an incredible tune, I think. It's great. It's one of those songs. I'm really surprised that some boy band in the 90s or early 2000s didn't cover. I think Boyzone or Westlife could have done a really good version of it. Well, I say really good version, it'd be Boyzone or Westlife, but it's exactly the type of thing I thought they would do. But this is another thing I'd not looked at close, okay? And like Geoff Love, I looked at this record and I hadn't even looked at this and who's playing on it.
I thought you were going to say I didn't realise he's in Starsky and Hutch.
Okay, which one was he?
He was Hutch.
Right, okay. I'll take your word for it. I've no idea. I remember asking my parents to be able to stay up late to watch Starsky and Hutch on the telly. And I might have told this story before, but it was an episode where in the first 5 minutes, Starsky and Hutch go into a sort of into a warehouse to do bust someone, and they get shot. Both of them get shot, end up in hospital, and the rest of the episode is Huggy Bear walking around in his cool clothes, trying to find out who it was that killed them. Now, at the time, I didn't want to see that. I wanted Starsky and Hutch going around in their car. Now, of course, if there's any episode I'd want one episode of Huggy Bear just doing his thing. Anyway, I didn't realise that some of the people playing on this, you've got Richard Green playing mandolin and violin on it, and Richard Green played with Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys. He was in the band Sea Train. He's done all kinds of other sessions. You've also got Norton Buffalo, who was a harmonica player. I've got one of his albums, and he kind of did things live with Commander Cody, I think with Steve Miller Band as well. And then it's also got, on steel guitar, Peter Kleinow. Now, I've never heard Sneaky Pete Kleinow called Peter Kleinow. I mean, that's how upmarket that they're trying to be with this. So yeah, it's got Sneaky Pete from the Flying Burrito Brothers on it.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't look at that. Anyway, we don't really have to listen to it, but yeah.
I do like Silver Lady. So that was a #1 single over here, wasn't it? 77.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've always thought it was a bit of a love song to an octogenarian or something.
He had did he have two #1s? What's the other the ballady one? I'm sure
I don't know. I don't know. I did have it, or I do have another album.
Don't Give Up on Us or something like that. That one, is that right? I'm sure they're both #1 anyway.
Oh yeah, Don't Give Up on Us. Yeah, last track on the album. Yeah, I imagine it was. Oh, you are a font of knowledge, aren't you, John?
Not good enough,
everything about everything.
Not good enough to get to the final in Jack's bloody quiz, though.
Oh, you were robbed, mate. You really were.
Mate, I tell you what, that bloody midge. I tell you what, God.
I know. Yeah, I know. I thought it was a slow start for him. I didn't think at the time. I think he was doing a hustle. I think he was playing it like I'm not. People are putting money on this, so clearly I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna make it look like I just win the first round.
The thing when the rounds were, the questions were coming round and he was jumping from genre to genre, I'm thinking, this is gonna get him, and he just sailed through every genre.
He did very well.
Indie.
Yeah. We're supposed to do an advert. I suppose the Vinyl Voyage.
Yeah,
it's going to be the final, isn't it?
Hopefully
soon.
Soon. Yeah, so worth checking out. But all of the heats have been good fun, haven't they? All of the
I had fun. Me and Richie, even though I'm.
I know. So what I saw the other day, I went to last Friday. So Joe and I never get a chance for a night out. And anyway, last Thursday I sent her a message just saying, I've sorted out a babysitter, we're going out tomorrow night. So I said, Friday night we're going to have a night out. And she's like, great, fantastic. Where are we going? I said, we're going to go and see Sign of the Times in IMAX. Hey, who said romance is dead?
Is she all right with Prince?
Oh yeah, she likes Prince. Yeah. So does.
Louise can't stand him. That wouldn't go down well. She finds him creepy.
Yeah, I know.
A bit predatory.
Yeah, I can understand that. But anyway, let's skip over that. No, anyway, so I said to you before that if I go out, Joe won't play a record. I mean, there's obviously quite a lot of records here, but if she does listen to music, she only listens to 2 LPs. So one is Songs in a Key of Life. No, 3 LPs. Sorry. Songs in a Key of Life, Elastica Debut, and Sign of the Times. So she does like the album. So, but anyway, that's not the reason I'm going to tell you about it. The trailers, right? And I thought this was a joke. In IMAX, I think next month, beginning of October, you've got a version of Nosferatu, the original film, with the soundtrack by Radiohead, and it's tracks from Kid A and Amnesiac. So what you basically got the Nosferatu film with random songs pulled from Kid A as a soundtrack. That's not right, is it?
That's weird. I mean, that's like we desperately wanted Radiohead to do a soundtrack, but they couldn't be asked.
Yeah, that's not right.
But it's not like Pet Shop Boys doing Battleship Potemkin, is it?
Oh, that was quality, that was, wasn't it? Quality. Great soundtrack, that is. Anyway, there you go.
There you are. I got an extra one in there.
That's all right. I don't mind a bit of David
And
Song.
we didn't even, I mean, there we go. We didn't even have Herb Alpert. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that might be a bridge too far, that.
I know.
Tired of drifting and searching, shifting from town to town. Every time I slip and slide a little further down. I can't blame you if you won't take me back. After everything I put you through, but honey, you're my last hope, and who else can I turn to? Come on, silver lady, take my word, I won't run out on you again. Believe me, oh, I've seen the light. It's just one long fight.
Right then. Cheers.
Right. Thanks, John.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.